Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mohan. Welcome. I welcome you all to today's webinar. And in today's webinar, we are going to learn how to use Kredily as an employee. In fact, we are going to cover a lot of other topics as well, apart from the usage perspective. We are also going to learn as an employee how to avail salary advance. We are going to learn how to make use of Kredily Bazaar, which is one module that we have introduced in Kredily, through which you can avail fantastic discounts on loans, or you get a better price for loans. You can purchase coupons. So there are a lot of other things that we are going to discuss in today's session. So I'm going to wait for a couple minutes for all of you to join. So we'll start exactly at 4:02. All right, so we'll start with the session today. So we are going to cover three important topics here. One is your payslip and payroll, and number two, it's your attendance, how to log in, how to log out, and how to apply for regularizations. And number three will be your leave related topic, which is how to apply for a leave, how to check your leave balance, and everything about the leave module. So these three things we are going to discuss first, and after this we are going to discuss about Kredily Bazaar module and Instacash module, which is going to give you more information about how to avail salary advance, or how to apply for a personal loan, or how to contact Kredily if in case you need any finance related help or understanding as an employee. So let us begin with the attendance module first. So the very first task as an employee, or the very first thing as an employee that you will do, is to log in and log out in Kredily. Now, depending on your organization, you will either do the clock in through biometrics, or you use Kredily to log in, or you use selfie clock in Kredily. So this thing is a very easy thing. It's just a click of a button. As you all can see in the top right side, there is a button called selfie clock in. Just click on the selfie clock in, and as you can see, the selfie will be taken. The selfie of all employees will be taken, and you can do the clock in from here. So we have also geofencing enabled. That means I cannot log in from my house location. I can only log in from my office. So if this is the scenario for you as an employee, just make sure that you are in your office while you're logging in. But if you do not have a constraint to log in from your home or log in from a different location, you can use the clock in button, and you can clock in, and this captures your in time. So while leaving every day in the evening, or whenever your log out time is, while leaving also, please make sure that you're clicking on the same button to clock out. So this will give a detail of how many hours you have worked, when did you clock in, when did you clock out, to your HR administrator. For you as an employee to check this, you can go to the attendance module. You can go to the logs and check when have you logged in, when have you logged out. So today I couldn't log in because it said that I was not in my office's location. I was working from home today. So that is why I was still not able to log in today. So now, but if you if you log in, you will be able to do the clock in, and you will also be able to see your time, at what time you have clocked in, what time you have clocked out, and everything else. So let me just show you a couple of examples for that matter. Let me show this for a couple of my employees. Alright, so this is how the monthly log or the daily log would look like. I hope you understand, I hope you get the point how your monthly log would look like if at all you are clocking in and clocking out every single day in the system. Now let us say I forgot to clock in, which is actually the fact. So today I did not clock in into the system. Neither have I clocked in yesterday. So if at all I'm forgetting to clock in, how do I get an approval from my manager? This becomes very critical for every one of you, because your salary depends on the attendance that you punch in every day. I mean, most of the companies follow this, right? So if at all you're forgetting to clock in, just go to your monthly logs from your attendance tab, and here 18th of October, which is yesterday, I have not marked my attendance. As you can see, it is showing my attendance as absent, and this is also true for today's attendance. I was not able to clock in, whatever the reason it could be. I'm working, but still I was not able to clock in. So what I will do is I'll just scroll towards right and I'll click on the get approval option. So now what does get approval mean? Means this is basically asking permission or taking permission from your reporting manager or from your HR administrator for your not punching in or not punching out. Yeah. So this is the same thing that people used to do, like 10 years back or 20 years back. People used to ask for permission before they go early or they log in late. This is exactly the same thing, but this is a very systematic approach. You don't have to walk toward to your HR or to your reporting manager to get an approval. So just click on the get approval button, and here you can mark the exact time. So now I'm going to tell my HR that, or my reporting manager, that I logged in at 9 o'clock, exactly 9 o'clock in the morning, and I logged out at 8 o'clock in the evening. And I'm going to mention the reason. This is also very important. So I'm just mentioning that I forgot to clock in. Please approve my attendance. Yeah. So with the reason, I'm going to send this approval request to my reporting manager. So now my reporting manager will get a notification on the request that you have sent, and so will my HR administrator. Both of them will get a notification on this. Either of them can approve my attendance regularization request. Likely your managers, your reporting managers will approve it. So you will have to make sure that you're doing this on a regular basis if you're not logging in and logging out on time. But the main point is to not forget to clock in and clock out every single day when you work. And also there is another factor that I would like to talk about with regards to your attendance, with regards to your clock in and clock out a little later. So now this is how you will log in and log out and apply for a regularization if you have not logged in or logged out on time. So now let us also understand how to use the payroll module and what all can you do inside your payroll module, and how will you generate your pay slips, and how will you look at your salary structure, everything. So now this payroll module will help you in such a way that you don't have to go to your HR administrator to understand your salary structure, or to get your pay slips, or to look at your tax projection, or to add your tax declaration documents. So the very first thing is the payslip itself. So this is the payslip for the month of August, which has been generated by my company. This is my payslip. So now I can just click on the download button and this downloads the payslip for me. I don't even have to talk to anybody to get my payslip. My payslip is just a click away in my system. I just log in, go to my payroll option, click on payslip, and I download. You can select any month as well. You can download all the payslips that you want in one shot. Just select the months and click on the download button. This gives you your payslip, and of course payslip gives you a better understanding of the earnings and the deduction component of that particular month. But nevertheless, you also have an option where you can understand or look at your entire salary structure that has been committed by your company. Now this is also the breakup that directly impacts or reflects on your payslip, or this directly reflects on the salary that you earn, and the same thing would be mentioned in your offer letter or the annexure that you get from your HR administrators when you join your organization. So this is mentioning my CTC, my basic, HRA, PF, vehicle allowance, all other components that I have in my salary structure. The monthly breakup and the annual breakup both has been displayed to me over here. So now with an information like this, why would I walk to my HR to understand my salary structure, right? So that's what you can do with Kredily inside the payroll module. I downloaded my payslip without talking to my HR, without consulting my HR. I was able to understand my salary structure. Now I can also look at the tax projections. So now what is tax projection? This is something that will let you know how much of income tax will be deducted from your salary for any given month, or the current month, or the coming month, the previous month, any given month. and you can also download your tax computation to understand how the income tax has been calculated for you, and what all components or what all declarations have you made, what has been considered, and how much has been considered, and how much income tax is deducting depending on what you have declared in your account. So that is tax projection and tax computations. So as you can see, my income tax has been 4,900 until June month, and then it has become 5,000 because my salary got fluctuated over here. And again, in the month of August, my salary got increased. So did my income tax. And again, in the month of September, I had a huge deduction, and hence my income tax also got reduced. So you can see the whole projection of how much income tax has been deducted for you in the entire financial year. So if you want to download tax computation, you can just click on the tax computation button, and you get a sheet which will tell you how much of declaration has been made, and how much has been considered, and how much income tax is getting deducted for the entire financial year. So now again, this is something that you will spend at least half an hour or more than that to understand if you consult your HR administrator. I mean, you have to first take an appointment, maybe. I mean, that's how it works. You need to write an email, talk to your HR about the availability, and then you sit with your HR to understand all of these things. But with Kredily, if you just go to your profile, just a click, and you see your income tax projection and your income tax computation. Now, the next thing I would like to say, this is one of the wonders that Kredily has created, or any system. For any system, this has been the best way of introducing tax slabs, or this is the best way that an employee can understand what tax slabs are, and what all can he declare, and what all can he submit, what all has he submitted, and everything. So now with the tax declaration tab, any employee will be able to look at what deduction components can he upload or add to get tax reimbursement, or I wouldn't say reimbursement, I would say tax exemption. So as you all know, for any taxable income, you also have a tax exemption. Of course, terms and conditions apply. You have two different tax slabs. So if at all you are somebody who's going with the old tax scheme, then you are entitled to declare your deduction, which is under Section 80C. If at all you're somebody who's invested some money in your life insurance premium, or your fixed deposits, ELSS, or your unit-linked insurance, a lot of things are there which can give you an exemption in your income tax deduction. So now you can just upload that in Kredily by just clicking on the declaration tab. So just click over here and add any components that you want to add. So now, for example, here in this case, I've just added all the components just to show you guys how the declarations will happen. So in this case, I've added 45,000 rupees as my life insurance premium. I can upload the documents, relevant documents that are needed to show or to prove that I have actually invested money in life insurance premium. I can just upload the documents here and submit it to my HR administrator. I've already submitted this over here. And again, my fixed deposit as well, I've already submitted 72,000. Now, if I want, I can change the value as well. My HR has already approved 72,000, but if as an employee, I always have an option to change this and make changes to my declarations and ask my HR to take a look into it. So this you can change at any point in time. I wouldn't recommend that you change this often, because these are the things which will not change, and you should be 100% sure before you declare the investments, because this is going to directly impact on your income tax deduction. So now just click on these buttons and you get an option to add how much ever you want to declare. So now it was 45,000. Now I'm going to change it to 50,000 and save this. Okay. so you can do the same with all other deduction components that you have in Kredily. I mean, not in Kredily. These are the general components that you can declare to save income tax. Okay, whatever you would like to declare as an employee, you can do that. And then comes your HRA declarations, house rent. You can say how much of monthly rent you're paying, what's your address. You can upload your rental agreement if required. Obviously, a lot of companies are making it mandatory these days. So instead of taking a copy, taking a printout, signing it, then giving it to your HR administrator or mailing it, we have eliminated this entire process. You can directly upload the document in Kredily. You can also declare how much of income, how much of HRA or how much of rent you're paying every month, and you can also add your landlord's detail with the PAN details of your landlord and upload the information right here. So I've already added this over here just to show you guys, but if you want to know how to add it, just click on the add new rental information button, add your address, and let me add my PIN code. Add your address, then also please mention from what date to what date you are going to reside in this house or the property, and then you will get an option to add the monthly rent, and just submit all the documents. Of course, you need to enter your landlord's name and the PAN detail of your landlord, and upload the documents and save it. Well, again, I've already added these details, so I won't be able to add the detail again, but you get the point. So it's very easy. Just click on the add button and add all the details, all the required details, but please make sure that you're adding the right information over here, because this is going to impact your tax deductions and your HR. If they approve it or if they download the documents that you're uploading over here, it can be critical. It will be, it is critical. So please make sure that you're adding all the genuine documents and genuine details over here. So that's about your HRA declaration, and then comes your house property declaration. If at all you so house property, again, it's a very vast topic to understand, but still Kredily has made it look simple, and we have made it very easy for you to add details over here. So if you have a property already, if you own a property, or if you are receiving an income from a property, or if you have a loss from a property, which means that you are on a loan, which you are paying every month, you're paying an interest on the loan that you have taken, maybe a housing loan. So if you've already taken a loan, you can always declare that over here, and of course your HRs would have spoken to you about it, and I'm sure you must have heard about these things. But if you are having a house loan, if you're currently running a house loan which you would like to declare to get a tax exemption, this is where you will do it. Just for the reference, I've already added one property here under my name, and I've also mentioned that the property value is 2 lakh rupees. You can add the value that it has currently, and you can also select if it is a self-occupied property or if you have let it out for a rent or for any other reason. And just add the property here, select the property type, if it is a house or an apartment or a plot or whatever it is. Add the address. I'm just adding some random address for now just to show you how it looks. And then you will also mention if you have taken loan to buy this property. If yes, please make sure that you're adding the right details over here, because this is very, very, very important. And also mention when the loan was sanctioned. Obviously, I'm just adding a random date over here. And also mention how much of interest you're paying. This is interest, not the principal amount. Please mention the annual interest that you're paying for the loan amount that you have taken, and the occupancy of your property, and the lender details, which bank has given you the loan. Okay, you can just mention the bank details and the address that is required, your lender's address, your lender's PAN information. Obviously, I'm just adding random info or a valid PAN detail, but this is actually not the loan that I've taken. I'm just adding these details to show this to you. But once you add these details, please also add what is the net value and what is the the tax that you have paid for the municipal corp, and either income or the loss from this property, and also upload the required proof which can prove that there is actually a loan that you've taken on this property, or there is actually an income from this property, or whatever it is, depending on the scenario. Once it is done, you can save this. I've not added any documents right now, but I'm just saving this with a random property name and some uh, with a random annual interest and the loan amount. Of course, you're going to add the actual loan amount and the actual interest paid on the property that you have. And the next option is the leave travel allowance. This is one such component which will come into play only if this is a part of your salary structure already. So if your company is having a leave travel allowance as a part of your CTC, if this is defined in the salary structure, then you will get an option to declare or to add or to upload all the receipt which is related to your leave travel, and then you will get a reimbursement of that, and there is a tax exemption that will be given to you on this as well. So this is the general information about it, but depending on the organization, this will differ, and the margin or the value that you can claim will also differ. I would request you to contact your HR administrators for this, or you can call Kredily as well at any point in time if you would like to know more information about this. And then the next thing is your income from previous employer. This is where you will add the income that you have got from the previous employer. And this is especially for those employees who have joined the current organization in between of the financial year. That means if you have joined any organization after April end of any given financial year, May, June, July, or even February for that matter, if you have joined in between, then it is very important, very important and critical to add your previous employer's details. Just click on the previous employer option, mention from what date to what date have you worked there. So I'm just going to mention from 1st of April to 19th of October. And then please put your employer's name, and also please add the income that you have received from your employer, and please also add the PF that has been deducted from your employer. So I'm just going to add the standard value 21,600, and the PT that has been deducted, I'm adding 1,000 rupees as my PT, and how much tax have you paid so far. So I'm also going to add that over here. Okay, and save it. If required, you can also upload a document. Please contact your HR before you do this once, or please feel free to contact Kredily. We will be very happy to assist you on this as well. Please do save it once these details are entered. I am not able to save this because I've already added my previous employer's information over here. But you, if you have not done it already, you will get an option to add this. And once that is done, I will get an option to review and submit my declaration that I've already added in the system. Very simple. See, this is giving me a list of everything that I've already declared. Now I'll just submit this. It's that simple. Now your HR administrator will get a notification on the declaration that you have submitted. Then your HR administrator will take an action. They will approve it or reject it. Then you will again get a notification whenever your HR admin rejects something. Then again you will be able to see your tax computation, your tax projection, and everything. Now one more important thing that I would like to show is not with regards to payroll, with the leave module. So now how will you apply for a leave as an employee? This is a very simple topic. It would hardly take a couple of seconds for you to apply for a leave. See, first of all, as an employee, I can look at my leave request, look at my leave balance. So I have 20 casual leaves, and I have 99 comp offs. I have 25 earned leaves, and a lot of other leaves as well. See, I'm a good employee for my organization, so I have so many leaves that I have received from my employer. So now as an employee, how will I apply for it? Just a click of a button. You see the apply for leave button over here. Just click that. Again, it's towards your top right. Click on the apply for leave button and select the leave type that you're applying for. So I'm applying for a casual leave. I'm going to apply it from 24th, or I'll apply it from the 23rd of October, 20th of October to 2nd of October. I'm really sorry, it's just giving me a suggestion. So yeah, so I'm applying it from 20th of October 2021 to 22nd October 2021. Or I'll say 23rd. I'll mention the reason. Traveling with family. So I'll mention the reason and apply for this leave time. Alright, so looks like there's been a weekend. Yeah, 23rd is a weekend, so I cannot take a leave on the weekend. So again, I'm mentioning the reason and applying for the leave. So now this leave is applied. My leave request is sent to my manager. 3 days of leave, 20, 21st and 22nd. My manager will now get a notification on the leave request that I have sent, and my manager or my HR administrator will take a call on whether or not to approve my leave request. That is it. That's simple. And also you can see your closing balance and opening balance of leave every month. So as you can see, in the month of April, I closed my leave with 11.5. In the month of May, it was 13, 14.5, 16, 17, 18.5, and again 17. As you can see, it's going on and on and on. So every month you can see your closing balance as well. This is just my casual leave. You can select your leave types and you can see what was the closing balance in any given month. Okay, so this is how you can apply for a leave through Kredily again. So you're doing all of this without consulting your HR administrator, without taking an appointment. So you're just doing it in your system itself. Yeah. And now one last thing and a very important thing that I would like to talk about is something called as Instacash. So this is something that we have made live recently for all the organizations. So I'm sure all of you will have this option of applying for an Instacash. If you all can log into your accounts, I would request all of you to do this now as well, because this might be really important, and I'm sure all of you would be excited to know about this. And also you can do this from your mobile applications as well. So please install Kredily's mobile app so that these things can be very handy, and these things can be done through your smartphones as well. So what I'm talking about right now is this module, which is called as Instacash. So I'm clicking on that. Again, I'm showing it to you one more time. This is in your very dashboard. You have this option called Instacash. I'm clicking on the Instacash thing, and this is giving me an option to apply for it. Now let us learn what is Instacash. So Instacash is, in other words, if I have to say, Instacash is something called your salary at once. Now, as an employee, all of us, even me as an employee, I will have cash crunches at times. I get my salary on the 1st, by 25th or by 22nd, 23rd, I'm done with my salary, and I might need some extra funds to, take care of my expenses. So we all go through that phase, right? So now Kredily is giving you an option to apply for a salary advance or an Instacash, as we are calling it, at any point in time. At least if you have worked for 15 days in your organization, you will be eligible to get this, or you will be eligible to apply for Instacash. And the best part, Instacash comes with 0% interest, 0 processing charges, no extra cost, no terms and conditions applied. You take 10,000 rupees as a salary advance, you will repay 10,000 rupees itself. You're not going to pay a single rupee as interest, single rupee as processing charges, or single rupee as anything else for that matter. So Instacash is something that is offered by Kredily for all of its users. It is exclusive for Kredily users. Only if you use Kredily, only if you are logging into Kredily every day, that's when you can apply for Instacash. That's when you can get benefited with Instacash. No processing charges, no interest, you're getting salary at once. This is why I told you that logging in every day, clocking in every day becomes very critical, becomes very important for you to get some extra benefits. So now we have learned what is Instacash. I'm sure you must have related to the situations where you have had cash crunches as well. So Now, how to apply for Instacash. Now, let me tell you, you can apply for Instacash in less than 2 minutes in Kredily. Let us learn how to do it. So, first of all, um, I'm just going to restart the process. So, you have the Instacash in the dashboard. Click on the Instacash button. You have to take a selfie to verify your identity at the first place. So, I'll click on take a selfie. So, I'm taking my selfie over here. I took my selfie and now I will have to upload my PAN card details. So I'm going to upload it. So just browse your PAN card. This is my PAN card. So I'm opening it. So my PAN has been uploaded. I'm continuing this. And this will also ask me to enter my Aadhaar card. So I'm going to enter my Aadhaar number. And I will enter the CAPTCHAs that's been displayed. Oops. Just entering the CAPTCHA. Yeah. Now this will send an OTP to your registered number. I mean the number which has been linked with your Aadhaar card. You will get an OTP on that number. Let me try the OTP. Still not received it. I'll wait for a minute. I'm really sorry, bear with me for a moment. I still haven't received the OTP, so I'm just trying again. Oh, I got it. So you will have to enter the OTP over here. So once the OTP is entered, so this, I'm really sorry. Once the OTP is entered, then you will have to fill up a couple of basic information about yourself, your qualification type and everything. So I'm just going to add the details over here. I'm adding my details, you can add yours. This will also fetch the details, the address and everything and show it to me. So this is my address as per my Aadhaar card and this is my address as per the record that has been updated in my Kredily by my HR. So I'm going to please select either of these addresses. These are the basic information about my address which you have to mandatorily verify. And once this is done, so I'm also going to add a reference over here. So I'm going to add the details of my mother, and also I'm going to add the number and continue. So now this is it. So these are the information that you might need, and so once you add these information, the system will from the backend, Kredily will receive your application, and then you will also know how much of Instacash or how much of salary advance you are eligible to get, and how much of how soon can it be delivered to you. I mean, it will be released to you. Somebody from Team Kredily will contact you for this and will give you more information as and when you submit your application. I just wanted to show you how to apply for it. For some reason, I'm really sorry. For some reason, it's not loading. But this is the entire process itself. It would hardly take a couple of minutes for you to apply for Instacash. And once you apply, we will contact you and guide you with the entire process over here. And also, I would like to tell you, I would like to inform that Instacash will be the capital that is given by Kredily. So all of you can feel free to apply for Instacash as and when you guys will have cash crunch. And this is the festive season. If at all you require some extra cash for your expenditures, you can always approach Kredily. And at Kredily, we believe that helping the users of Kredily is the utmost important thing that we have. And Kredily will also always work towards making things simple, and in terms of your HRMS is concerned, in terms of your employee tasks are concerned in your organization. And also we would like to give you, or we would always work towards delivering the best solutions, best financial solutions that's possible for all users of Kredily. So this is about Instacash. If anybody of you are interested about Instacash, I would request you to leave a message. You have the message tab in YouTube. If you are using your smartphones, you have the chat section towards the bottom. If you are using your PC, you have the chat section towards your right. I would request all of you to leave your number and name and your company's name, so that we can contact you back if you're interested in Instacash, or if you have any questions in terms of the entire product itself, you can feel free to let us know. And please do let us know if any feedback that you guys have. Please feel free to call us and let us know about it. If not now, you can contact us later as well. I'm going to wait for a couple of minutes. Okay, so Shiva Tube asks about Instacash. So Shiva, I've explained the entire thing about Instacash over here. I would like to personally get in touch with you, Shiva. Is it possible for you to please give me your number? So anyway, Shiva, by the time you reply with your number, Instacash is the salary advance that is offered by Kredily at no processing fee, no interest, no extra charge, and no terms and conditions on it. So you will get Instacash approved. Of course, this depends on a lot of other factors, your credit score and a lot of other things. The only criteria that you have to apply for Instacash is you should be at least 3 months old in your company, and you can get up to 50% of your total salary as Instacash, and there is a maximum limit as well. You will know how much you will be eligible for once you add your details in Kredily. So I will be very happy to answer any employee specific or any specific questions that you have on Instacash with regards to applying it. Please share your number with us, and we will be happy to contact you and assist you on this. Anybody else has any questions about it? I guess things are clear. All right, so we will connect again on another webinar session, and we would try to cover more topics in the coming webinar session, and we would also try and focus more on Instacash and how to improve your credit score through Instacash and all other Kredily Bazaar related modules that Kredily has, like your personal loans and even the insurance and everything else. So let us try to cover that in the coming session. So I would like to thank every one of you who has joined today's webinar. Thank you. Be safe.